Hello and welcome to my birthday eve. It is not the 18th of April, it will forever be known as my birthday eve. And happy birthday to my birthday twins. A couple of people have mentioned it's their birthday on the same day. So if that's you, happy birthday eve. And by the time you're watching this, happy birthday. And happy birthday month to everybody that has said it's their birthday this month. And happy birthday week as well. I am boiling. It's not supposed to be warm today. In fact, it's not. It's only about 9 degrees. So I put on a jumper, but now I'm really hot. But I can't get changed because Dan, my husband, is working upstairs in our bedroom and he's in a meeting right in front of my wardrobe. So I'm just going to have to suffer. So today I'm going to do a Q&A. I'm going to go through all of the questions and maybe just some comments as well and respond to them that I've had over the course of April vlogs. And some of them I've already responded to in previous videos, and some of them I've already responded to directly in the comments. So what I've done is I've gone into YouTube Studio and filtered them by anything I haven't already responded to and contains questions. Whether or not this is a foolproof way of finding questions, I don't know. Okay, so my first question from day 7. Mrs. Broom makes, loving April vlogs as always, thank you. Have you read Heartless by Marissa Mayer? It's my favourite Alice retelling. I also love Alice in Wonderland and actually had an Alice themed hen party. I have not read Heartless by Marissa Mayer, however my eldest daughter Lilia, who is a huge reader, has and really enjoyed it, and that's the first time I've heard that it's actually a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. Fortunately, I have a notepad here, so I can write books down because I know there's going to be a lot of book recommendations, so I can write them all down and then go and look them up. Laura Jane, 1900. Ooh, new tea company. Any recommendations? This is on day 3 and it's in relation to one of my other gifts that was in my birthday countdown advent, which is from the Proper Tea Company. They're based in East Sussex and Dominique sent me the spiced apple Viennese fruit tea. If you can get your hands on this, I would highly recommend it. I'm slightly obsessed with this. I've been having a cup every day. It is lovely. This tea company often comes to the local farmers markets near here. So I've seen him a few times and I've had quite a few of his tea. A few of his tea varieties. One of the ones I really enjoy is his chai tea. That's a really nice chai tea. It's really spicy, really full of the kind of flavours that I love. But I think this is my favourite so far. Really lovely. But also, if we're talking about tea recommendations, and this is not available in the UK, I actually bought this from Germany. I'm very lucky that about 2 or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a viewer sent me a tea advent that she had picked up at a German market. And I loved it so much that she sent me another one because she hadn't used it and she didn't think she was going to. So I had it for 2 years running. And one of the teas in that advent was Jager tea. I'm not sure if I'm saying, or Jaeger tea. We just call it Jaeger bomb, like the drink, which means hunter's tea. And I loved the hunter's tea so much that when I went and bought myself another tea advent for this year, because it's part of Christmas for me now. I got one for a friend as well. I got myself a box just of the Jaeger tea because I really enjoy it. And Dan's now obsessed with it as well, so I'm going to need to order more. Rebecca Corsa Wallace. Hi, Rebecca. Where did you get your walking trainers from? My waterproof ones that I bought at the start of the year, I got from Merrell, and they are the Merrell Moab Speed Gore-Tex, which I always think just makes them sound like a motorbike. And the ones I bought most recently were the Quechua NH 500s, which are not waterproof, but I wanted lighter trainers. Initially I thought they weren't going to work out for me, but I've now walked miles in them and they are brilliant. I'm thinking I'm going to wear those tomorrow for my long birthday walk. I'm feeling confident enough. Denise, Diauto, happy belated birthday to your mum. Thank you very much. She watches these, so happy belated birthday, mum. I enjoyed the question and answer podcast today. This was from day 7, which made me wonder, which did you start first, Little Drops of Wonderful or This Little Wonderful Life? I love them both. Oh, thank you, Denise. I started Little Drops of Wonderful first. So which is my knitting and crochet channel, I have been doing that for, oh my goodness, 8 or 9 years now. So I started over there making my knitting and crochet podcasts, and then I began watching, who was I watching? I think I was watching Inside number 23. And she often did vlogs about trips to Disney, and then she did a series about a trip to New York. And I really liked that format, and I started making my own type of vlogs. And then I think my first daily vlog series was on that channel, and it was June vlogs. I remember I started it on a whim. I was staying at my dad's house in June, obviously June vlogs it must have been like 2016 or something. Is it 2016? 2015? I'm not sure. And I really enjoyed that, and that was really the start of my doing vlogs. But when it really took off was during lockdown. I did vlogs every day during lockdown for quite a long time, and that was a real sanity and lifesaver for me. Gave me connections with people during a very weird time, and let me document what was going on. And then I decided I wanted to separate my vlogging content, which was just everyday life and not always focused always on knitting and crochet, from my knitting and crochet content, because it just made sense, because I felt that some people were there for the knitting and crochet only, so they weren't too bothered about the vlogs, and some people preferred the daily life vlogs, and obviously there's a crossover with people who enjoy both. I'm one of those people. I watch both types of content. I love them. Not my own, I mean other people's. And yeah, so that's why I decided to separate it, and it gave me a bit more of a free rein on this channel to not feel like I should be focused on the knitting and crochet stuff. And then when I am on my other channel, I can really focus on that, and that really works for me. It's harder work having 2 channels, but it's a format that, you know, has worked well so far for me. I'm on top of it, and I really enjoy now doing, I often do a week-long vlog on my Little Drops of Wonderful channel, where I just sort of sum up all the things I've been working on, and I really enjoy doing those. Obviously not happening this month on account of me doing vlogs here. I should probably say as well that the reason Little Drops of Wonderful is called Little Drops of Wonderful is because knitting and crochet are the little drops of wonderful in my day. They're the little things that pepper my day with things that I love and find so enjoyable. I do kind of regret that name a little bit sometimes now, because I think it's a bit twee and it doesn't really say what the channel's about. Sometimes I do think about changing it, but not enough that I ever get around to doing it. And then This Little Wonderful Life is obviously not saying that my life is wonderful. It's more about, if you go right back to the beginning, so some of my early videos, I explain that it's a way of me actually finding the wonderful things in my life and focusing on those things, which helps me deal with my anxiety and other things that I sort of deal with from a mental health perspective. So that's why it's This Little Wonderful Life. Jacob a Shepherd. Hello Ali, nice to hear the answers to your questions. I have a question. I would love to buy the Advent from Green Lampkin Yarns. Do you think I could do it like you every month? I asked that because I am in the United States. See you tomorrow. Okay, I would ask Suzanne. She is absolutely lovely. I would send her an email. If I drop a link to her underneath, if I remember, I will. If not, it's www. That's so old fashioned, isn't it, saying the www. It's greenlampkinyarn.com. If you go on there, she has a contact me form that you can drop her a message on. She's also on Instagram and on YouTube. Yeah, because you might want to consider things like postage, because you might not want to pay postage every month, but ask Suzanne. I'm not sure. But thank you for your question. Victoria Pichel. Pichel? Sorry if I'm going to get people's names wrong. Oh, those pictures of cats from your museum. Aren't they by Louis Wayne? They look familiar. How far is London from your town? In time, I mean, not miles. I can't work out miles, we use kilometres. Okay, I share your problems with working out measurements. I'm terrible with all things to do with that. I'm getting better now and walking more, because I've got a better sense of like distance in miles and kilometres, but still rubbish. Yes, the pictures from the museum are by Louis Wain. He was a much loved illustrator, and we have many of his artworks in the collection at the museum where I work. How far is London from your town? Not far in time. If I was to get on a train into central London from the nearest train station, it would take half an hour on the train to get, like, well, maybe not even half an hour. To get to London Bridge would be about 25 to 30 minutes. If we were to drive it, it wouldn't take long at all, but it would be very expensive because of the congestion charge. When I drive to work, I actually work, so we live sort of in the southeast, in the north of Kent to the southeast of London, and where I work is still South London, but I have to kind of go around the bottom a bit. So that takes me about 45 minutes in the car, but only because of traffic. It's only about 11 miles away. Tally Talks. Happy belated birthday, Lilia, thank you. My, how time has gone by. I've watched her grow into such a beautiful young lady. Oh, thank you. All the best to you, Lilia. Did you crochet her an amigurumi this year for her birthday? Did she ask for one? If you did, what is it? No, I did not. I did offer. I did say you haven't chosen something for your birthday, but she didn't seem too bothered about it, so I didn't push it because I didn't want her, because she would feel bad if she thought that I wanted to do it, and she didn't want that. She's got a bit of a soft toy problem at the moment. They are taking over. She loves soft toys. She gets really attached to them. And she did say very recently, I really need to start sorting out my soft toys. And that was a big move for her. So I didn't really want to add to anything that she felt that she needed to then sort out. I am making her university blanket though. So that's kind of her big mum-made gift for this year. Chris Jensen. Hi, Ali. Spelling, emoji, yes, you spelled it right, ALI, short for Allison. From Vancouver Island, British Columbia. You're lovely to watch. Oh, thank you, Chris. Love your nature walks, rain or shine. Book updates and just a great demeanour, very relaxing. Where can I find your knit and crochet channel? Also, Green Lampkin, can you tell me more about the yarn? Considering getting it shipped here, maybe a bit pricey, and your favourite tea. Sorry, that's a lot. I'm a newbie on comments. Well, that's quite easy because I've already covered Green Lampkin yarn and tea. But if I'm talking about everyday tea, the first tea I drink when I wake up in the morning, Yorkshire tea, all the way is my favourite. As far as I'm concerned, anything that's not Yorkshire tea is not acceptable. British people everywhere are now in the comments. Where can I find your knit and crochet channel? You can find it linked in the description box. It is called Little Drops of Wonderful if you search for it on YouTube. Thank you for all your questions, Chris, and for being so lovely. Christine Sharp, is that K-pop 4 minutes in? That's in day 8 when we went to see the cute exhibition. Yes, it is K-pop, and the song that I used, I can tell you, I get all of my music, I pay a subscription on Epidemic Sound. Oh, it's such a good song. So this is called Sunshine After Rain. It's by Adeline Paik featuring Colin Lim. I'll write that on the screen. Usually all the music that I get on Academic Sound you can find on Spotify or Apple Music. If you search about or Google it, you should be able to find it and be able to listen to it. But yeah, that was such a cute song. The Shipman. Did Dan get a new job? I thought he worked for the RBL. He did used to work for RBL, but he no longer does. He's moved on to a local council now. He went originally on a contractor rate, which was a bit of a risk, but when you work on a daily rate, it's really good money. So he did that for a good 6 months, and we managed to put some savings away, which was really important, especially with two girls growing up and off to university and accommodation to pay for and so on. So yeah, that's what he does now, and he's, after about 6 months, he applied and was successful to get a job permanently there. So he's very happy, and it's pretty much permanently based from home as well. Love your BTS t-shirt. Was that Lilia's? This is from AJ Darling on day 8. Your daughter's got me into BTS. My grandchildren think I'm funny for listening to K-pop. Thank you for your upbeat and fun content. Oh, thank you, AJ Darling. Yes, of course it's Lilia's t-shirt. She was getting rid of it. She's not so much, I mean, I think she'll always be ARMY. She'll always be BTS, but not so much now. She's come through it a bit, but she still does love them. But yeah, she was getting rid of that t-shirt, so I was like, oh, I'll have that for pyjamas, which I often do with the things that she's getting rid of. Yes, they still love BTS, and I've got loads of their songs on my own playlists as well, so I completely get where you're coming from. They got me into it as well. Taters, oh, Taters, precious. Who did you inspire to buy a bed desk? Me. Oh. What colour did I choose? Pink. I'm knitting, sitting on my bed, eating chocolate whilst I watch. My laptop is sitting on a Funko Pop Harry Potter advent box I got years ago. It's time for an upgrade. Oh, Taters, I hope that you love your pink bed desk when it arrives. I really love mine. I've used mine every night. Best 15 quid I've ever spent. Sue Coles, Suze. Oh, it's always nice to see a comment from you, Suze. Oh, Ali, could we hear you play the ukulele? I mean, are you sure about this? The cute exhibition looked fun, but waiting in a long queue for the cafe is not cute. Very true. Love and hugs, Suze. My ukulele is very out of tune. But yeah, maybe I'll tune it and play a bit of it for you. I'm rubbish. I haven't had lessons since before lockdown, but I'd love to get back to it. Phoebe's got an even better ukulele than me, but she never plays it, and it's so much nicer than mine. Maybe I'll tune both of them and give them a go. I'll try, I promise. Elena, hello from Australia. Hello, Australia. We are finally getting some autumnal weather down here. Oh, I'm so jealous. Autumn, the most wonderful season of all, which is great news for me as I can get out all my knitted items to stay cosy. Are the works in the exhibition from your gallery related to Alice in Wonderland? They look quite Cheshire Cat to me. Also, the Sylvanian Families display made me smile. My siblings and I used to collect and play with them. They were so much fun and are incredibly cute. I also have a bed desk and I love it. I got it a few months ago after I got long COVID. Oh no, Elena. And it is absolutely fantastic for using my laptop in bed, as well as eating in bed and using my laptop to watch YouTube, which I do a lot of while on bed rest. Mine has a section that tilts up and forward towards me, which makes using the laptop more ergonomic, and a section that stays flat where I can keep my cup of tea. This has only led to me spilling something on my laptop once. That sounds amazing. Okay, so no, they were not related to Alice in Wonderland. They were Cats by Louis Wain. But yes, I do see what you mean. And with the Sylvanian Families display, it was funny because the displayed house was actually the house that Phoebe got a few years ago when she was a bit younger for Christmas. And when she saw it, she was like, I'm going to get my Sylvanian Families house out again. Because she's always said she will never get rid of her Sylvanian Families. That was her absolute favourite toy growing up. Thank you for your question, Elena. And I hope that you are dealing okay with the long COVID. That sounds, yeah, not fun. Samantha Roach, love your vlogs. It's a joy every day to wake up to. Oh, I'm an April baby too. My birthday is on Sunday the 14th. Oh, happy belated birthday, Samantha. How are you feeling about Lilia going to university? My daughter is also going this year and I feel sick just thinking about it. Oh my word. Yeah, I flip between feeling incredibly proud of her for knowing what she wants to do, where she wants to go, and what she's achieved in terms of getting so many offers from universities who are just so impressed with her. She had a couple of unconditional offers, and yeah, so I flip between that and thinking this is amazing. I had a fantastic time at university. It's where I met Dan and some of my best friends in the world. And I know that she's going to have the most amazing experience. But also she's going to be living a long way from home. It's not like she's going to university just down the road. She is properly going to university, which is what she wanted. She didn't want to be too near home. But yeah, it's away. So yeah, but you know, everywhere's a drive and a train ride away. If she needed us, we would jump in the car and we would get there. And I have friends who live slightly nearer as well. My sister lives slightly nearer. There are people that are there for her. So yeah, it's a strange feeling though, I think most of all, to know we're all going to be here without her. And I think a lot about Phoebe and how that will affect her, but I'm sure you know what I mean. So good luck to your girl, Samantha, with her university. It's a huge time of transition, isn't it? Lotta Grunsted Nielsen. Hello, watching from Denmark. Beautiful Denmark. Oh, I'd love to go back. Loved your footage from London. Went there last year and got the bug. Both bed bugs at our Airbnb and the London have to come back bug. Oh my goodness. Are you coming to Denmark this year? We were. So what happened was at the beginning of the year, right in the first week of the year, Dan and I were like, okay, we're going to go to Denmark. We're going to book a 3-day, like 2-night, 3-day trip, just him and I. My mum booked in. She was going to watch the girls. Come and live here for a couple of days just whilst we were away, and it was all planned. We had a really good deal lined up and we were just about to pay for it when Lilia got her first audition through for the application she had made to university, and then we were like, oh yeah, she's going to have to go and audition. And then slowly all these auditions came through. There were about 8 in total, and they were all over the country over sort of February, March time. And that was the time we would have gone. April's too busy, as you've seen, with birthdays and everything else going on. We can't go in May because of work and things that are going on at school and college for the girls. And then by the time we're in June, we're into end of term stuff and running around, and Phoebe's away with the school and Lilia's got her final show. So it just never happened. So we might do it at the beginning of next year, or maybe we still might go at some point this year. We will play it by ear, but I am so upset that we didn't get to go. Fiona Lavender. Hi Ali, I was wondering if you are going to sow any seeds this spring or have plans to do a garden project. I know you have made a wildlife pond. I have a hedgehog in my garden. I made it a house. Or enjoying your daily vlogs. Have a great evening. Oh, thank you, Fiona. What a great name, Fiona Lavender. No, I made a decision not to plant any seeds this year because I wanted to concentrate on tidying the garden and the flower beds and reclaiming it from all the cats that seem to use it as a massive toilet, which is what I've been doing. And actually I filmed a vlog before April vlog started that will be shown on Sunday the 28th or 29th of April. So I filmed it in advance and you can see some of the things I was doing there. And then on the day after that, I will film how the garden is now looking. I've still got lots to do, but what I want to do is concentrate on tidying it, getting it how I want it, getting rid of certain bits that I don't want. And we've got a few structures in the garden that we need to replace, which I'm just dreading, and doing that rather than worrying about seeds and so on. I might go and buy a tomato plant from the garden centre because I do like having fresh tomatoes in the summer. Thank you for your question. I'm only doing questions from April vlogs, but I just spotted one from back last year, but it was only asked a month ago, so I'll quickly answer it. It's from April Smith. Why is your water meter compulsory? It seems very dictatorial for England. Yeah, it is compulsory. And certain areas of the UK where we have a particular problem with water shortage, we have to have compulsory water meters. It does feel really weird that we have to do it, but obviously we complied with it. It is for a reason. It is to save water, so we had it installed. A lot of them can be installed outside. Unfortunately, because of the way our houses are and the way our water works on our terrace, it had to be inside. And fortunately, we had more than enough room to have that done. So, and the guy that came was brilliant. He really did a really good, neat job as well. The only thing is I can hear it. Like if the bath's running, I can hear it ticking. We won't get the first water meter bill for a little while, I don't think, but I'm dreading it. I think it's just another thing that's going to cost us more. From day 9, Vanessa King. Love the Hello Kitty mug. Great job with the bookshelves. You have the new David Nichols book in paperback. Is it out in paperback now too? Also, can I ask where you get your lovely sparkly jumpers from? I might have mentioned this, but I've got it. It's not out until the 23rd of April. I'm not sure when the paperback is out or if it's just coming out in hardback on the 23rd. I have it because Lilia works at Waterstones and she was, they get given advanced copies so they can read it and leave reviews. So she had it and then she knew how much I loved one day, so she then passed it on to me. It's who you know, isn't it? And my sparkly jumpers that you always see me wearing, I wish I was wearing one now because they're thinner than this one, are from Sugar Hill, Brighton. I saw Zoe Ball wearing one quite a few years ago on Strictly It Takes Two when she was still presenting it, and I looked it up and I absolutely fell in love with their jumpers and ended up ordering loads. So that's where they're from, Sugar Hill, Brighton. 27 Acres. Hi Ali, thank you for the vlogs. You're welcome. Watching from Glasgow, but I'm from Hungary originally. I like your Rilakuma pin from the museum. This was on day 8, by the way, when we went to the Cute exhibition. Have you seen any of the stop motion shows he appears in? I like Rilakuma and Kaoru, especially the craft work. He is so delightful in it. Thank you for the lovely vlogs, Anna. What now? Googling that. Oh, the little badge that I bought myself from the art box shop is a character, a little bear cat. Oh my goodness, adorable. Popular Japanese characters who are known for their cute and cuddly appearance. Though they are both genderless, they are often seen as having qualities of both genders. How gorgeous is that? This is the little bear. This was on day 8. I just treated myself to a little £1 button pin. And it had this little guy on it. Oh, I'll have to look up some of the stop motion animations. Thank you for that. I'm writing that down. Okay, crazy 4277. Okay, you captured me with a Halloween vlog years ago and I never comment. Watching forever. Song of the day. How about something relevant to adults? Ashes to Ashes. David Bowie. He said so. Bowie. Oh, pronunciation. Bowie. So my mum, who's Scottish, always says Bowie, but that's probably her accent. And I think I say Bowie. I think I just alternate. But if he said Bowie, we'll go with Bowie. Ashes to Ashes. Let's do that then. Song of the day, even though I'm not doing Song of the Day anymore because I keep forgetting. But for Mark P, Ashes to Ashes, great song. My girls love that song. Carol Daly. Hello, Carol. When you go to London, do you ever visit the King's Guard? I'm not actually sure what you mean. Do you mean where they sit outside or stand outside Buckingham Palace or something? I'm not even sure what, I know what that is, so no, we don't. I've probably walked past them a million times when I used to work in London, but I don't think I've ever gone to visit them. Heidi Huger, love the shelves, books make a house a home. I totally agree. I love having books all around me. Have you ever tried Pelargonium graveolens lemon geranium? They are known as mosquito fighters and bugs hate the scent. No, I will look that up. Lemon geranium. That strikes me as something that might smell a bit like citronella, maybe. But yeah, I'll have a look for that, see if it grows well here and plant some. Thank you very much, Heidi. Eternity 2121. How far out of London are you? We are about half an hour by train outside of London. If we were to travel by car, by road, it would be about 14 miles. Wendy loves books. Hi, Wendy. Oh, it's always nice to hear from Wendy. This was on day 10. I love seeing your drive to work. I would love that to be my drive to work. How long does it take you to drive to work? And I love the idea of a bookshop in Devon and solving crimes. This was on day 10 when we were imagining our future life. Count me in. I love reading books about a person in a village solving murders, etc. Let us know what you thought of Agatha Christie. Is Lilia doing a book haul again for us? I will ask her. Actually, what she's done is she's had a bit of a tidy up in her bedroom, and I've got a big bag of books that she's actually unhauling. And I did say to her, would she talk about the books she's unhauling? And also she's brought some more books in. So I'll ask her if she can sit down if she's got time to do a bit of a book haul and unhaul. It takes me anywhere between half an hour and an hour to drive to work. In the school holidays, when there's not much traffic, it takes me half an hour. If it's a really bad traffic day and there's lots of roadworks or something's gone wrong, it can take me nearly an hour. But I love my drive to work. I love it because it's a good excuse to sit, listen to my audiobooks, and yeah. And it's not a horrible drive. It can get quite busy, but it's enjoyable. I like it. Thank you for your question, Wendy. Katana 164, love the sneakers you bought. They look comfortable. They are. I'm very relieved that they are. Mia looks so comfy. How old is she? So Mia is next door's cat. I have quite a few questions about Mia. She is next door's cat. She lives on that side. And just after lockdown, or sometime in 2020, they got a puppy who is gorgeous. It's a cockapoo. But Mia was, coming on a bit in age by then, and she just started coming here more and more. Started off outside in the garden because we've got a sofa. She always gets a bit of fuss here as well from Phoebe. She's a very gentle, good-natured cat, and she likes humans. She just likes being around people. It's very social, not social. I think she just likes being with people and being fussed. And she is old. They're not entirely sure how old she is, but we've been here for 10 years, and she was not she wasn't a kitten when we moved in. So we think she's at least 15 years old. She's an old lady. She's thin, she's very healthy, very glossy. She's getting more and more needy, which I believe happens as cats get older. She dribbles a lot. Which just for some reason makes me laugh that she dribbles. And we adore her. No, our neighbours do not know, as far as I'm aware, that she is well known on my YouTube channel. Yes, they do know that she spends a lot of time here, and we have often said to them, we never feed her, ever. She's not here for food or anything like that. If they ever said to us, do you want to adopt her? We'd say yes in a heartbeat, but they love her. So I think we've all just accepted that Mia lives in 2 houses now. At least we have. I've never sort of had a full-on conversation about it, but they know where she is if she's not at home. And for example, on fireworks night last year or the year before, there was fireworks went off and she came running into our house when we were sorting out the chickens and hid under one of the kitchen cupboards before we had the kitchen done. So I actually texted my neighbour and said, look, Mia is here, she's underneath my kitchen cupboard, I can't get her to come out. When she comes out, I'll knock on your door with her so you know that she's indoors, and they were very grateful for that. So yeah, that's Mia, and bless her. What a change she's brought to our lives unexpectedly. We love her. Mel Hartley, how are you enjoying our wild products? After your review, I bought the deodorant, which I love. I have reordered. This time, I also ordered a shampoo bar. Have you tried them? I didn't know they did shampoo bars, Mel. I love your vlogs. You have such a lovely family. Oh, thank you. I love seeing and hearing about your meals and all your adventures. That's lovely, Mel. Thank you. That was on day 11. I talked about Wild a couple of podcasts ago, and I will be working with them towards the end of the month. And yeah, you would have seen that I do have a bit of an obsession. I have a collection now, and yeah, I love it. I'm wearing it now, thank goodness, because I am sweating in this jumper, and I'm getting on really, really well with it, and I really like all the different scents. It's so much better than just boring normal deodorant, which has a chemically smell. Just to use a deodorant with natural ingredients is so much nicer. I also really love the cases from a really aesthetic and shallow point of view. And also it's just better for the environment, isn't it? So yes, I'm getting on very well, but I did not know they did shampoo bars, and I do use shampoo bars from Lush, so I might give them a go from Wild. Chris Jensen, hi Ali, please could you tell me which pattern you used to make the gorgeous Homespun House crochet shawl? This was on day 11. I'm sort of new here and become a bit attached. I love your accents. Lilia has the softest, sweetest voice and accent, such a relaxing voice. So my Homespun House, shall I get it? I'll get it and show you. So this is the Homespun House crochet shawl that is mentioned. The yarn is all from the 2023 Homespun House Advent. It's just gorgeous. It's also ginormous. The pattern is a free pattern by Anna Boo's House. It's called the Granny Wrap. It's free. I will link it underneath. If I forget, just Google Anna Boo's House Granny Wrap. It will come up. This is the original one I made, which is even bigger, which is made also of Advent yarns. Advent yarns, by the way, is an advent calendar made with mini skeins of yarn. But this is all from swaps and things. This is absolutely ginormous. It's basically a blanket, but triangle. I really don't want to be doing this. I'm hot enough already, so. Oh, I just love it. It's one of my most favourite things to make and one of the most used things that we have in the house, those two blankets. So it's a free pattern. It's written for bulky weight yarn, but I used fingering weight yarn. I didn't hold it double. I just used it with a 3.25mm hook, I think, or 3.5. And I just followed the pattern exactly, but just used fingering weight yarn and a hook that gave me a fabric that I liked. And that's it, just kept going until I either run out of yarn from the advent or it's as big as I wanted it to be. It's lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna make many, many more of those in my life. Tracy K. Nixon. Hi Tracy. Love your shelves, thank you. They look great with the fairy lights. I have fairy lights up all year round, so do I. I love fairy lights. Do you not ever get sick of Friday night pizza night? I never eat the same thing on one specified day of the week. No, never get sick of Friday night pizza. Things change all the time. We used to have always like pasta bake on a Wednesday, but we did get fed up with that. So we don't do that anymore, but nobody ever really gets fed up with Friday night pizza. We won't be doing it this week though, because we're having a takeaway and I don't really like takeaway pizza, not my favourite. So we'll either probably have Chinese or Indian. I haven't decided yet. Or maybe both. See what everyone wants. But yeah, we never get tired of Friday night pizza. Mary Murphy. Hi, really like your vlogs, Ali. Thank you. Could Dan have some shelving on his side of the bedroom to display his Lego sets? He is going to have some shelving. So when we put my bookshelves up, we've got a whole other shelf and then we've got some smaller bits. So we're going to put shelves up on his side as well. I just need to order some more brackets and then we need to cut. I mean, it took us long enough to get those two shelves up. It will probably take us another 6 months to get the ones on his side of the bed up. We also got to do a bit of repair on some plaster first as well. But he wants those for, yes, some Lego sets and for his books as well. So yeah, don't worry. He is going to have his own shelves too. And Mrs. Munstag asked a very similar question about Dan having shelves for his Lego. So, and she's also said, I also have a Dan as my eldest Lego loving child. They are a special breed. Kelly Fazikas. Do you know, I don't think I've ever had to read your name out loud, Kelly, but I see it often and it's always lovely to see a comment from you. Would Dan be willing to read the book, complete with voices, of course, that he read to the children when they were young? This is on the day 12 vlog when we were talking about the smartest giant in town. I'll ask him. I don't know, he might get stage fright, but I will ask him. Or maybe he could just do a little excerpt or something. But yeah, oh, he was so good at reading those. Right, let's do one more, and then because my battery's going, and then I'm going to see how long this is and see if I'm going to need to split this into like a 2 vlog thing. Joni Dishner. Hi Ali, I've been thinking about starting a vlog channel for a while now. Are you self-taught in editing and do you have a particular software that you really recommend? Thanks in advance, Joni from Maine, USA. Right, this is a really good question. I mentioned it very slightly yesterday. If you're thinking about starting a vlog channel, I can highly recommend it. I find it adds a lot to my life. I love doing it and I find it really rewarding. I think the important thing to remember is that you need to enjoy it because it is a lot of work if you're making vlogs and editing them, even if you're just doing it once a week. So you definitely need to enjoy it. I'm self-taught in everything that I do, but I've been doing it for a while now, so I've picked up quite a lot of things about it. I can make a whole separate video of tips if you want, but I will say that I film on a Sony ZV-1 vlogging camera and my phone, which is just a normal iPhone. But for things like this, I use my camera because the microphone's better. And I have a MacBook with iMovie on it, but I tend to use iMovie on my iPad because I find it a little bit more flexible for the titles. There's lots of hints and tips on YouTube as well. If you Google how to edit videos or anything like that, or just watch videos that you love and take inspiration from. But yeah, self-taught, I use iMovie and a combination of a vlogging camera and my phone. Right, I'm gonna change my battery, have a little break and see how long this is. I'll be back in a nanosecond. I'm back. and someone has come to join me. She just leapt up on the table. You just want to be seen, don't you? Because you know we've been talking about you. She's being very needy, as we've already discussed. I've just edited what I've already talked about. It's about 40 minutes long. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions from the top. I've been working from the bottom up. I'll answer a couple more and then I think that's long enough. Okay, Natty Noodles 22. What a great username. Are you talking about Egyptian geese? They're beautiful. We have them at our local nature reserve. Yes, I was talking about Egyptian geese. I'm so glad it was you and I think a couple more people. Definitely Heather 9328 said Egyptian geese. I was talking about the geese that had turned up on our pond at work and they were really beautiful and colourful. Yeah, Egyptian geese. So thanks for that. Suze again. Can't wait for your birthday. Are we being taken to the coast? Are we being taken to the coast? Yes. Making the cat talk. Very such a saddo. Yes, we are going down. So the plan tomorrow, hopefully, is we are going to go to Ramsgate, and from Ramsgate we are going to walk to the medieval town of Sandwich. And that's about an 8-mile walk, which to me is fine. Dan's not used to walking and he's still not 100% well with his ulcerative colitis, so we'll see how he gets on. But we're just going to play it by ear really, but either way we're going to end up by the coast and we'll definitely go to Sandwich whatever happens. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Susan Latham, I've never commented before, but we share a birthday. I'll be 74 on Friday. Did you know that the 19th of April is Primrose Day? My husband used to give me a bunch of primroses on my birthday. I did not know that. I'll be 47 on Friday, so that's 47 years of not knowing that my birthday was Primrose Day. How lovely. Well, happy birthday, Susan, because this video will be out on your birthday. I hope you had a lovely day and I hope you got your primroses. The cat has just farted. Look at this. Her Majesty lying across my laptop and then farting in my face. What do you have to say for yourself? Victoria, from what Victoria read, every time I hear the opening to the music you use in the first clip here, okay, so that's day 15. What music was that? Let's play it and see what she's talking about. So what does she say? I think it's going to be More Than Words by Extreme. Oh my goodness, my dad used to sing it to me when I was a kid. It always makes me smile. I used to love that song. Saying you love me is not the words I want to hear from you. It does sound like Extreme. That is called The Reason I'm Travelling On by Isabel Walton. But you're right, it does sound like the opening chords of Extreme. She's got even more comfortable now. Madam, you're even more comfortable now, aren't you? 2 more questions and then we'll finish. Debbie Stuckey. Hi Ali, I'm enjoying your vlogs, I always do. Can you tell me what podcast you were watching near the beginning of today? This was day 16. She was holding a white chicken. Oh, right, yeah. I enjoy seeing your projects in these vlogs. I'm crocheting the Call the Midwife blanket in a bright yellow called Sunshine. I'm also knitting Ellie's Country Garden socks in Sherry Irish yarn. So by Ellie, she means Craft House Magic. Call the Midwife is quite often filmed at Chatham Dockyard, which is not far from here in Kent. What podcast she was? Oh, yes, okay. So I know what you mean. It's not one I've watched before because I was going down this weird rabbit hole of people who were making vlogs about going to crochet craft fairs. And the chicken that she was holding up was actually really cute because it had like an egg you could take out the bottom and in the egg was a baby chick.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, Daniel.
Oi, my love.
I'm just filming a Q&A.
Those nut bars, £3 for 3.
It's for our walk tomorrow. It's for my birthday walk. No expense spared. Okay, I think it was Annie from Hooks and Healers. I think that's who I was watching in answer to your question. Final question. So good to see the chickens, the girls. Will you be getting any more? Hooray for the spring money. Happy birthday week. That's from Nurse Kathy. Thank you, Nurse Kathy. Are we going to be getting more chickens?
When these two have moved over to the side of the living plane that Cloud is now on, yes.
Yeah, I don't think we don't want to get, when we get chickens again, we're going to get expats, so expatriate hens. We didn't do that originally because we had no idea what we were doing, so we didn't want to take on chickens that might have lots of health problems and we wouldn't know how to care for them properly. So next time we will get expats, but we're a bit worried about introducing them. Maybe if we go down to one chicken, we would do it then. But yeah, I think we'll always have chickens now.
I can't imagine not having chickens.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be long enough for now, but let me know if you'd like me to do another one of these. I've still got a ton of questions to answer. In fact, I might just inflict it on you anyway. It might not be during April vlogs, but it will be soon. So for me and this farty old cat, and Mia too. Did you see what I did there? I will see you tomorrow, and we'll be going to the seaside. See you then. Bye.
Bye.